There's one word to describe Hueneme, it would be rad. Beautiful town. There's nothing taken for granted here, honestly. It might be a little crazy sometimes, but it's awesome. My morning routine, usually wake up and make my bed, come downstairs, make an acai bowl, my coffee, and then go upstairs, watch a surf video, go check the surf. And last week it was really good, but I don't think it's gonna be too good today. Could be kind of fun though. We have so much to do. You can go surf, you can go dive, you can do literally everything. You can go down to the creek. I've been fishing these Asian carp lately out of the creek. We kind of grew up doing it, but I just got back into it recently. I just hadn't fished them. You go fish, you got the pier, you got everything, dude. You can go swim, have a beach day. There's literally like so much to do that's taken for granted here, and it's awesome. It's like the most beautiful little town. And I like how small it is, and everyone knows everybody. And some people don't like that, but I like it. Check it, there's a couple sick ones. I think we're on it. Yeah, sick. No, it looks really fun. Well, heck yeah. I'll be right back. Chew! Those are the guys I kind of grew up surfing with. They're all just Hueneme local dudes. Yeah. Like the uncles. What I love about Hueneme too, it's just like, we get hated on so hard by so many like other beaches. It's just like scummy Hueneme, but it's like, no, we just are like a rich town. It's epic. I like it that way. Keep it that way. Freaking just super rad and beautiful. And then the culture's all in between. It's like a surf community thing. Like you got your boys from Silver Strand, you got your boys from Ventura, you got your boys from Malibu. It's just a huge, and then you got your boys up and down the coast and in Hawaii and here and there. And it's all connected, and not too many things are like that. This is a Yeti. It's a 2003 4150. I bought it off some older dude in Dana Point like 5 months ago. I had this giant vision of just being able to stack my boards in here and my spear guns and my whole lifestyle and do everything pretty much. So this is her. She absolutely romps, and if you come over here, you can see I got into a little tussle up in the mountains with the tree, and the beast barely had anything even happen to her. Little scuffed up bumper, thing takes care of me. So yeah, if you come in here, keep my surfboard in here, my longboard, I got my other surfboards back here, you got my cooler with all my dive gear in it, I got my guitar right here, all my sleeping gear, I got a blow up mattress I can blow up right here. It's pretty mental. So got all that. Thing definitely is the ultimate surf wagon. Come back here, you can see everything. Definitely been very rad owning this thing. All my spear guns right here. Oh, poked a little hole in my seat, whoops. Keep everything in here. I was planning on riding my log, so I hadn't really cleaned this one up quite yet, but the waves look perfect for it, so I'm gonna re-wax it and get it all cleaned up and put a fresh coat on and be riding perfect. So wax helps you stick to your board. Some waxes really suck and some don't, and some are super slippery, and don't get those. Some are made for winter, some are made for summer, some are at different water temperatures. Wax is too warm, it'll melt, just like anything else, so they make different mixtures for different temperatures of water. Or the local groms, you could call it. Or not grom, I'm not a grom anymore, because a grom is a younger surfer that, like, you're just a shit grom. Like, yeah, that's what it is. It's a little shithead, pretty much. This is like our home break, and it's where I wake up, and I come here every day, and it's a place I love to be. It's a beautiful beach. I grew up here my whole life. Do's and don'ts. Don't show up with more than one other friend to a surf spot that you don't live at, because it's just disrespectful. And if you do show up with a handful of your friends, you know you're on a surf trip, paddle out there with respect, knowing that someone else lives there and that they're a local. Don't show up disrespecting and trying to burn people on waves and snake people on waves and back paddle people and all these type of things. You just gotta show up. It's just like anything. You gotta give respect to get respect, and once you do that, I mean, surf community's changed a lot. It used to be really hardcore, like not super gnarly localism, and you weren't allowed to surf here if you didn't live here, and if you did, you know, you're probably getting your windows broken or beat up, you know?
There's these unwritten rules that we all go by, and it's at every beach. every beach. Like there's no more localism because there's cameras everywhere, so you can't beat anybody up anymore like you used to. Not that I did, but it went down. It went down for sure. Cars' windows would get waxed, they'd get broken into, but you know, you can't do that anymore because there's a camera everywhere. So now the main thing is just to get out there. Like if you're a beginner, like know the area you're going to, and then don't just paddle out on a group of people, because they might be people that know how to surf and you don't, and because you don't know, you're dangerous. And it's not like on the street where the pedestrian has the right of way. The surfer has the right of way. So if you're paddling out, don't think of yourself, or think of yourself as a pedestrian, but get out of the way because the surfer has the right of way. And it's a common mistake that happens all the time. People drop in on each other because they don't know, like if whoever's furthest inside, closest to the peak has the right of way, or if they've been out waiting for that wave for a long time and then one comes, and like you can't just paddle out and be like, oh, here comes a wave, it's my turn. Like, no, that dude's been sitting for 20 minutes waiting for that wave, and then you just drop in on it. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some fighting going down.
But surf community's changed a lot, and I think it's kind of changed for the better a little bit. I mean, there's no reason you should go somewhere and get beat up for surfing. We could all get together and respect each other and have a ton of fun. That's really all it's about, you know, making friends up and down the coast, all around the world, and having a good time together, not being super mean to each other. But yeah, that's pretty much it, just respect each other. The waves look pretty closed out, so the whole beach, if you look, this whole wave is breaking at one time. There's not really a section of the left or a right. So we're gonna be looking for today to find a section with the left or a right. They call it Wall Nemi because it's typically just a giant wall, but sometimes it gets real good. But you gotta live here to find it when it's good. We're going down to Deer Creek. It's like it gets hit pretty hard by most of the local spear fishermen, but you can still sneak out there and get a few. We are at Deer Creek on the Pacific Coast Highway. I think the water's gonna be pretty murky, definitely pretty murky, but you know what? The outside could be a little clear. Trying to go get a couple fish, maybe run into a school of white sea bass in the murk and get lucky today. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's gonna be a tough dive, but it's gonna be worth it. It'll be beautiful no matter what. Here I have a Rife spear gun. I got my spear gun here, I got my goggles, I got my snorkel, got my weight belt here, I got my dive knife, my fish stringer, dive suit, and my fins. So as you can see, these super long dive fins for spear fishing. And here we got my bigger gun. This is my gun that I use for off the coast, and I have a bigger one for diving the islands and shooting even bigger fish. But I like using this one off the coast if I run into a good sized white sea bass and take that thing out and be stoked. So yeah, this is my whole setup right here. Just got this new mask the other day I'm pretty psyched on. Water was super murky like I expected, but dove down like 50 feet and found this guy hanging out. He was fighting another spider crab. I think it's a territorial thing that they do. So, pretty gnarly. You know, take this thing home and try and not get pinched. Steam it.
Were there other people out there?
Yeah, there was actually a lot of pressure on it today. It's a weekend, so it's what you can kind of expect. There was like, I think 5 other spear fishermen still out there too. What happens is you come out here, you guys are all hitting this kelp super hard and everything's scared. It's called pressure, putting pressure on fish. And then you look back, the water's not clear at all, so. We knew what we were getting ourselves into today and we went for it and it came out with something. Hey guys, stoked you guys got to come out with me today and go on a little adventure. If you guys haven't pre-registered for High Farms yet, make sure you guys go ahead and do that. And you'll be even more stoked than you already are watching this video. You guys take care, thanks for coming out.